Today, we will discuss a series of real-life marine engineering case studies that clearly demonstrate one important reality. In crankshaft and bearing repairs, there is no margin for error. Everything comes down to millimeters. These case studies involve large two-stroke marine engines, class limits, real operational constraints, and the consequences of correct and incorrect engineering decisions. Case Study 1. A matter of millimeters, no room to spare. Annealing Saves main engine crankshaft. Let us begin with a 13-year-old bulk carrier fitted with a MAN B&W 6S50MC C-main engine. What happened? The vessel suffered a lubricating oil failure, which resulted in severe damage to crankpin number 6. Upon inspection, it was found that the damage was not limited to the surface. Instead, there was excessive surface and subsurface hardness in the crankpin journal. Problem identification. Initial inspection clearly confirmed several critical points. The crankpin journal hardness exceeded acceptable limits. Conventional machining alone would not remove subsurface hardness. Engine maker and class limits allowed a maximum of negative 6.00 millimeters from the original 600.00 millimeters journal diameter. At this stage, Galton's recommended annealing prior to machining, explaining that hardness would extend below the rated diameter and that machining without annealing could result in a condemned crankshaft. Incorrect repair approach. However, the vessel owner selected a traditional repair contractor. The contractor attempted to machine away the hardness directly without annealing. As a result, more than 5.00 millimeters was machined off the journal diameter. Less than 0.5 millimeters remained before reaching the rejection limit. Hardness was still present. Both class and the engine maker rejected the shaft. Any further machining beyond negative 6.00 millimeters would have permanently condemned the crankshaft. Corrective action. At this critical point, Galton's was engaged as a last resort. They inspected the crankshaft and confirmed residual hardness. Applied a controlled annealing process. Carefully machined and polished the journal. Completed the repair precisely at the negative 6.00 millimeters limit. The entire repair was completed in 7 days. Outcome and lessons. The crankshaft was salvaged within maker limits, crankshaft replacement was avoided, and significant downtime and cost were prevented. The key engineering lessons are very clear. Crankshaft hardness extends below visible damage. Annealing is essential before machining hardened journals. Crankshaft repair tolerances leave no margin for error. Resistance to proven repair methods can lead to asset loss. Case Study 2. Rebabbitting Crankpin Bearings. Let us now move to a planned maintenance success story. Background. 3 sister vessels operated by Sulzer were fitted with Sulzer 9RTA84 two-stroke main engines. All crankpin bearings across the vessels required renewal. The challenge: the vessels had frequent port calls at Jebel Ali and commercial schedules could not be interrupted. OEM bearing replacement had long lead times. Continuous operation was required. Repair strategy. A progressive rebabbitting and replacement program was developed. The approach was simple but effective. One spare crankpin bearing was rebabbitted in advance. The spare bearing was installed during a port call. The worn bearing was removed and sent for rebabbitting. The process was repeated during subsequent port calls. Scope and outcome. The repairs included removal and refitting of crankpin bearings, rebabbitting white metal bearings with 870 millimeters internal diameter, scraping and blue fitting, ultrasonic and bonding tests, Lloyd's Register class certification. A total of 27 bearings were planned over 20 months, with 10 completed in the first year. The outcome: no interruption to vessel schedules. All bearings met class requirements. Reduced cost and lead time compared with OEM replacement. Key lessons: rebabbitting is a reliable, class-approved solution. Proper planning eliminates operational downtime. Bearing performance depends heavily on bonding quality and surface contact. Case Study 3. In-Situ Crankshaft Machining. Background. A bulk carrier powered by a Mitsui B&W 5L42MC engine suffered a mechanical casualty. The engine became inoperable, and the vessel was stranded in port. Damage assessment. Inspection revealed extensive surface cracking on crankpin journals, damaged fillet radii, high hardness readings, a real risk of crankshaft rejection if machining was done incorrectly. Repair method. Galton's recommended in-situ crankshaft machining, avoiding shaft removal entirely. The repair included hardness and crack testing, run-out measurements, machining new fillet radii to create clean reference surfaces, step-by-step journal machining, local grinding to determine crack depth, final machining to negative 6.00 millimeters, where cracks and hardness were eliminated, final machine polishing to specified roughness. Outcome and lessons. The entire repair was completed in less than 12 days. The crankshaft was restored within maker specifications, and the vessel returned to service. Key engineering lessons. Fillet radii damage is a major crack initiator. In-situ machining is highly effective for large crankshafts. Controlled crack removal prevents unnecessary material loss. Case Study 4. In-situ machining after major casualty. Background. A cruise vessel experienced a main engine overspeed, causing severe mechanical damage to a Sulzer 8ZAL40S engine. Damage identified. Inspection showed a broken counterweight stud, severe circumferential damage to crankpin number 3, damage to crankpin number 1, damaged counterweight landing surfaces, maximum damage depth of 3.8 millimeters. Repair strategy. A repair protocol was agreed between owners, consultants, and repairers to remain within engine maker limits. Journal repairs. New fillet radii machined on crankpin number 3. Crankpin number 3 machined to 342.00 millimeters, minus 8.00 mm. Crankpin number 1 machined to 347.00 millimeters, minus 3.00 mm. Lapping and blue fitting. Surface roughness achieved below 0.4 Ra. Hardness checks, Magnaflex testing, and run-out verification. Counterweight repairs. Removal of broken stud. Thread inspection and restoration. Machining counterweight landing surfaces by 0.80 millimeters. Outcome and lessons. The crankshaft was restored within rated limits. The engine returned to full rated power, and major downtime was avoided. The lessons are clear. Overspeed causes multi-component crankshaft damage. Counterweight seating surfaces are critical to balance. Severe damage can still be rectified with precise in-situ repair. Consolidated engineering takeaways. Across all 4 case studies, crankshaft repair tolerances operate in millimeters, not margins. Incorrect repair decisions can irreversibly damage engines. Techniques such as annealing, rebabbiting, and in-situ machining are essential engineering tools. Early involvement of experienced specialists prevents catastrophic financial loss. In marine engineering, most failures are not sudden accidents. They are the result of small decisions made at critical moments. When working with crankshafts and bearings, every millimeter matters. Thank you for watching the video.